The holidays do not need to be a time where you give up on progress or fill yourself with regret. So in this video, I'm going to cover the guidelines so that you can have fun over the holiday period, go into January 2026 feeling phenomenal and having a body, a mindset and physique that aligns with where you want to be, not one that feels slow and sluggish from what you've been doing over the holidays. So let's jump in. So first off, I want you to know that this is not about restriction. This is about guidelines. I want you to have fun. Truthfully, the holidays for me are an amazing time. Christmas and New Year, by far the two favourite days of my year. Really, really look forward to them. Good food, good family, good company, and some drinks. All good fun. I want you to wake up in January feeling strong, feeling energised and feeling proud, not bloated and regretting everything and feeling very, very sluggish. You get to celebrate fully, you get to protect your body, you get to protect your mindset that you've been working hard on throughout the entire year. We do not need to take a full gap off. So, first, mindset when it comes into the holiday period. The way that I look at it is Christmas and New Year are just 2 days. They are speed bumps. They're not resets. They're not give up on your disciplines, give up on your standards. They are just 2 days. So, if we look at the buckets across a week, right? Because the Christmas and New Year falls within a week span. If 2 of your days are overflowing with food, with alcohol, with low calorie burn, with having a fun time, the other days of the week don't also need to be overflowing. So I want you to know, have as much fun as possible on Christmas and New Year. Go for it, celebrate. It's an awesome time. Be with loved ones, enjoy yourself. I know I will be for sure. I'm going to eat an ungodly amount of food and I know exactly what I'm going to have to start my day. Baileys and cereal, because what other way is there to start at Christmas, right? But for the rest of the days, nothing else changes. Standards stay the same, my routine stays the same, my workout stays the same, my nutrition stays the same. Everything is just as standard, but those 2 days to completely let loose. It's what I'll be doing, it's what all my clients will be doing, right? So, general routines for your days off work, right? Because you're going to be off, you're not going to have fixed plans, you're not going to have fixed structure, you're not going to have your 9 to 5 or whatever the hell you work. So follow your normal workout program exactly. Follow your normal time. Do the things that you usually do, right? Plan when you're going to go to the gym. Plan when you normally get your 10k steps. Plan when you're going to get your cardio done like usual. Don't stop all these things, because if you stop all these things, and you derail from that and the food is up, you just go into January feeling really, really crap and having to make progress on the regressions you've made in the last couple of weeks. So if you've got a busy day of traveling, whatever, just simplify your routine, right? If you've not got enough time to go do a full workout, then compress your workout. Do a really short, effective, compound, heavy lift session, or do supersets where you do one muscle straight into the next muscle, so that you're literally doing a maybe 30-40 minute workout instead of an hour plus. So just condense what you would normally do to fit your time requirements, right? And then another rule that's really, really important that actually saves a lot of people is don't have 2 lazy days back to back. You probably have Christmas Day, right? Boxing Day, go up, go get a walk, get some fresh air. Boxing Day walk is a tradition for my family. It's phenomenal, right? Get some fresh air, feel like a human again. But try not to have 2 lazy days back to back where you do nothing. Of course, some of your goals should be to use the holidays to recharge and reset going into January so you feel refreshed. But you don't want to spend your entire holiday essentially doing nothing, and then the days pass like that. And when you get into January and you're going back to work, you're like, damn, that holiday went so quickly. It's because you didn't actually use it well, you just lounged around. So don't have 2 lazy days. Some daily non-negotiables, right? Every single day, even on party days, make sure you're drinking your 3 to 4 liters of water. Fuel yourself, hydrate yourself, right? Go at least 1 walk to hit your steps. Make sure you're still moving, calorie burn, make sure you're getting out of the house, make sure you're getting fresh air, make sure you're actually doing stuff. And then 1 movement session. So your full program is normal, your full workout, do whatever you're normally doing and scale it back if you need to, right? Like I was saying, if you don't have as much time because family's over, you've got events on, or friends are over, scale it. So it could be a at-home workout instead of going to the gym. It could be a condensed workout. It could be just go and do your cardio instead of doing a full hour session, whatever, right? Just scale it back, but make sure you're still getting your movement in. Right, so specific days now, specific strategies for each day, because this really helps me. Christmas Eve, hit your workout nice and early, right? Before the chaos starts, before friends, family come over, before you start celebrating Christmas Eve, whatever, get your workout done nice and early, because usually nothing really happens on Christmas Eve morning, right? Eat normally throughout the day, like hit your normal meals, hit your normal macros, whatever that may be. And if drinks start early, then alternate between alcoholic drink and zero sugar, zero calorie, fizzy juice or water, right? It's going to stop you getting drunk too fast. It's going to keep you hydrated. It's going to stop you waking up on Christmas Day feeling hungover. Christmas Day, complete pass. Like, I actually love working out on Christmas Day, but the main reason for that is because it builds my appetite so I can eat more. So it's not because I'm a health nut or anything like that. It's just because I know I can eat more of the good food that I want to eat, right? Eat, drink, relax, enjoy family, enjoy loved ones. This day is scarce. It's rare. It only happens once a year. It's phenomenal. One of my favorite days. Boxing Day, back to your program as normal, right? If you feel up to it, go do a workout. If you're hungover, replace your workout with a walk, right? Big walk, family tradition, just feel good, right? Go get some movement in, go back to your normal eating, don't binge on crap, right? Because it's just going to make you feel crap. The in-between, the Christmas and New Year days, follow your general rules for your days off, like we said above, right? If you're going out, follow the alcohol rules. I'll suggest you down below, but we're going to speak about how to avoid hangover, right? Which is a really big one, because a lot of people don't actually know what makes up a hangover. And then some simple rules to make sure that you don't go and kill yourself drinking, right? So just a wee bit of control, but obviously still have fun. Keep your workouts consistent. Momentum is everything here, right? New Year's Eve, do your workout in the morning / afternoon so you get the night completely free. Party hard, but use the alcohol strategies we're going to cover. And then make sure you're hydrating, right? So hydrate a little extra that day, because New Year's Eve is probably the day that most people consume the most amount of alcohol. So have one more electrolyte than you normally have. Drink a wee bit more water than you normally would. New Year's Day, start the year off well. Go a hike, go a walk, be active, count it as cardio / movement, right? And then optionally hit the gym later if you feel up to it. Eat your protein plus your greens, so you're still eating like balance, you're still eating your fruits, your veggies, and you're still hitting your protein. You're not turning into a complete degenerate and living off of celebrations, right? So the alcohol rules. The big one is alternating between drinks, right? This one really does do a lot for you. It means that you don't get drunk too fast, you can pace yourself, you can control it much easier, and you are hydrating as you go because alcohol dehydrates you. So pairing alcoholic and non-alcoholic definitely helps you enjoy yourself, but also not wake up as hungover the next day. A rule or a strategy here I follow is if I'm drinking, and I don't want someone to think that I'm not drinking for those alternating between drinks, I'll get a Diet Coke and I'll just say that it's like Diet Coke and whiskey or Diet Coke and Jack, Diet Coke and rum, whatever. No one questions it, right? I've had that a couple of times and that's got me out of trouble. Got me out of being humiliated, right? Before you go out, have a nice high protein meal so your stomach's nice and full. You can absorb that alcohol and you're less likely to go get a crappy takeaway on the way home. Don't do it. Just don't do it, right? You're going to consume 2,000 calories. You're going to get diarrhea. You're going to feel like crap because of the food poisoning and the hangover. Just don't do it, right? Hangover prevention strategies. So take electrolytes before you go to bed once you get in from New Year's, right? The majority of a hangover comes down to you being dehydrated. So by drinking water or 0 calorie drinks and electrolytes, you're mitigating the majority of that, right? The vitamin B complex before you start drinking is really, really good. If you don't have it, just take a multivitamin. It kind of covers you. Before you go to bed, a spoonful of honey right before bed, and eat something substantial when you get home, right? Like eat like a decent meal. So like for me, some like toast with peanut butter and bananas fucking slaps. But like anything, like try and keep it better than whatever the hell you would eat from a takeaway, right? But something substantial, again, it's going to soak up the alcohol, it's going to help your stomach, and again, it will stop you feeling so hungover in the morning. So the morning after, cleanse the system with a good cold shower, right? Really wakes up the system. Ginger tea is a really, really good one. I like making ginger tea fresh from ginger. Also a good hack if you've got the cold or whatever. But ginger tea will wake you up. It'll make you have that wee bit of energy. But if you're nauseous, flat cola, flat Coke, flat Pepsi does a lot for settling the stomach and settling that feeling. Have a big breakfast. Like hit your protein, get some eggs on the go, get some bacon rashers that are lower in fat, fry off some like tomatoes and mushrooms. Get yourself full of good quality protein with some toast, again, to soak up that alcohol, and you're going to feel good, right? Now, we don't want to go high fat, so don't cook it in butter or crazy amounts of oil, but the fats that are in that food will actually help replenish the liver because the alcohol can kind of drain it out a wee bit. The fats help replenish and make you feel better, and again, prevent hangover feelings. Go out your walk, like we were saying, instead of lying in bed. And then if you're rough, swap a workout for some stretching, some foam rolling, a light walk. Any form of movement would win. But really it's not for the sake of movement, it's for the sake of just making you feel a bit fresher, right? Craving control over the holiday period. Now there's going to be snacks. People are going to gift you celebrations. You're going to go over someone's house and there's going to be crisps and stuff like that out. You're going to get an ungodly amount of chocolate in some form. So allow yourself to treat, right? No banning. Don't say no, right? Within reason. That doesn't mean eat a full box of celebrations because you'll feel like shit from that. But one of the rules I like to follow is pair the thing that you want with good stuff. So say you want celebrations. Get your handful of celebrations and have it with a protein shake, a protein bar, have it with something, some fruit, something that's going to fill you up and that's substantial and that's good for you. That way, you're not overindulging in the bad stuff. You're getting the stuff that you want, but you're using the other stuff to fill you up. Because it's so easy to just keep on going because like hyper-processed chocolate, crisps, nuts, the snack system aren't really filling. So you're using the good stuff to fill you, right? So things you can do is like celebrations or quality streets on top of Greek yogurt or next to Greek yogurt, chocolate and protein shake, handful of sweets with some turkey slices, some chicken slices, turkey leftovers, stick of cheese, handful of nuts. You're pairing it with the good stuff. If you feel really tempted, move it out of sight, right? Hide it in the cupboards, put it above the shelves, put it somewhere that you cannot see it. And ask yourself this, right? Is it better in my stomach or in the bin? This is often a question I ask myself. If you have been given something, it can feel wasteful to put it in the bin. It feels like you're wasting someone's money, whatever. We want to be we want to be earth conscious. But if you know that thing is going to test your discipline, is going to make you feel worse than yourself because you break your discipline, is going to mean that you pack on the pounds, it's going to mean you feel like crap. One, because you've eaten it, and two, because when you wake up in January and you're slightly heavier, you're going to feel like crap. Well, maybe that thing is better off in the bin than it is in your stomach, right? Portion control for big meals throughout Christmas and New Year period. If you're over at someone's house, plate up once, call it. Wait 20 minutes for seconds. A lot of the time, your body just hasn't recognised, your hormones haven't recognised that you've eaten. So just by giving yourself some time to digest that food, you actually realise you don't need seconds. And then use small plates, right? If you have a small plate that's mounded full, it looks like a lot more than a big plate that's scarcely spread out, right? It's just a wee psychological trick. Your sleep. Sleep is one of the ones that also plays a massive impact in the hangover. Sleep is the reason that most people say, after drinking, it takes me like 3 days to feel back to normal. It's because your circadian rhythm, your body clock is knocked off, right? So, sleep. Try and get as much sleep as possible, even if you've been out drinking. Minimize napping throughout the day because that then knocks off when you go to bed and you then don't get tired until later. So try and keep your sleep schedule to like 7 to 8 hours, right, of consistent sleep. Even if you are out late at night, try and get as much sleep as you can the next morning, right? Then for the whole holiday period, just offset your sleep schedule. Instead of staying up till like 2 a.m. and waking up at like 11, right? When you would normally go to bed, for example, if that's 10 p.m., just offset it 2 hours and still have the schedule there. But you're going to bed 2 hours later, so you're waking up 2 hours later, and you're keeping the cycle going. You're not messing up your body too much. Instead of what often happens is most people go to bed at different times, wake up at different times, and after a couple of days, they feel really lethargic, really tired, and they feel like shit. It's because of this, right? So have a sleep schedule. Keep off your phone for 30 minutes before you go to bed. Look, if you've been grinding this year, if you've been trying to hit physique goals, performance goals, trying to push for being lower body fat or building more muscle, don't let the last 2 weeks of the year throw you off. If you follow these strategies, you can go into January 2026 feeling great and just continuing on like nothing happened, feeling like you had enjoyment and like you didn't restrict yourself. Because truthfully, I won't be restricting myself. I'm just going to be following these guidelines to make sure that I don't mess up my physique, don't mess up my health, don't mess up how I feel. Because at the end of the day, we want to feel great all the time. We don't want to feel great scarcely. We want to feel great every single day. And by just having these habits, having these guidelines throughout this time of year, you can still feel great every single day, right? So you've got this. Enjoy every single moment. Eat some good food. Have some drinks. Just make sure that you use these guidelines to go into 2026 feeling incredible. And if you want to achieve some physique goals, some lifestyle, some mindset goals going into 2026, you've got some big targets you want to hit, and you're not 100% sure how, and you want a wee bit of guidance when it comes to that, well, down below, there's a link to my website. You can find out more information about what I offer, and you can apply to work with me there too. If you just need some general help, my WhatsApp is down below. Feel free to message me if you've got any questions. But Merry Christmas. Have a great new year. Absolutely crush it. 2026 is going to be the best year yet. Peace.